The trailer for Tulsa King Season 3 is out, and it's nothing short of explosive. Every shot is loaded with tension, betrayal, and the promise of chaos. Dwight, the General Manfredi, is back, but this time the stakes are higher than ever. The question is no longer about whether he can control Tulsa, it's about whether he can even survive in it. The trailer wastes no time reminding us who Dwight is and what he represents. He's not just another gangster. He's a man trying to carve out an empire in a place that never asked for him. Season 2 ended with Dwight standing on shaky ground. His power in Tulsa seemed strong, but the cracks in his empire were already showing. Betrayals within his circle, rivals circling like vultures, and his personal struggles with family all created an atmosphere of unease. The new trailer leans into that unease and takes it even further, showing us a Tulsa that looks darker, meaner, and ready to explode. The opening shots set the tone immediately. We see empty streets, dimly lit bars, and the kind of silence that tells you trouble is coming. There's a weight in the air, like every character knows that a storm is on its way. Dwight walks through these spaces with his usual swagger, but this time there's something different in his eyes. He's not just confident. He's carrying the burden of a man who knows his past is catching up to him. That look says more than words ever could, tells us that Season 3 will push Dwight into corners he's never been in before. As the trailer cuts quickly between shots, we get glimpses of the world Dwight has built. His crew is still there, but their loyalty looks thinner than ever. Some are shown standing beside him, others watching from the shadows. You can almost feel the divide that's growing among them. Tulsa has never been an easy city to tame, and now it looks like Dwight is fighting battles both inside and outside his circle. The visuals emphasize this. Wide shots of Tulsa's skyline clash with tight, tense shots of whispered conversations, shady deals, and faces full of doubt. One of the most striking parts of this first sequence is how much the trailer leans into atmosphere. It's not about big shootouts or over-the-top action, at least not yet. It's about mood. It's about showing the audience that Dwight's empire isn't built on solid ground, it's built on sand. And the tide is rolling in. Every frame feels like a warning, a reminder that what Dwight has gained could be lost in an instant. That sense of danger isn't just around him, it's closing in on him, like a noose tightening. The trailer also hints at a new force entering the game. We don't see much, just quick flashes of new faces, unfamiliar eyes staring at Dwight with a mix of curiosity and threat. These aren't background characters. These are people who feel important, the kind of people who don't just show up to play nice. Tulsa has been Dwight's battleground, but it looks like outsiders are ready to test him in ways he's never been tested before. That raises the question, how far is Dwight willing to go to hold on to power, and who will he drag down with him? Even in these first moments of the trailer, there's a sense of finality, like the show is gearing up for something huge. Season 3 doesn't look like a reset or a continuation, it feels like escalation. It's taking everything we've seen before and amplifying it. Dwight's charm, his brutality, his struggle to balance his criminal empire with his personal life, it's all sharper, more dangerous. The Tulsa we see in this trailer isn't just a setting anymore, it's a character, and it's ready to chew him up. If the first shots of the Tulsa King Season 3 trailer are about mood and tension, the middle section is where the real story beats begin to reveal themselves. This is where the trailer moves beyond atmosphere and starts dropping heavy clues about what Dwight will face this season. It's not just about Dwight against Tulsa anymore, it's about Dwight against everyone, including the ghosts of his past. The first major sequence that jumps out is Dwight in a heated conversation with his crew. Their faces tell the story. Loyalty is not what it used to be. Some look uncertain, some look scared, and a few even look ready to turn their backs on him. This is one of the most striking details in the trailer because Dwight's power has always depended on respect and control. The cracks we saw forming at the end of Season 2 are now wide enough to let the whole world see them. The way the trailer cuts between Dwight's determined expression and the nervous glances of his allies makes it clear. Betrayal is going to be a central theme this season. Then comes one of the most surprising moments, a new face stepping out of the shadows. The trailer doesn't give us a name, but the presence is undeniable. Dressed sharp eyes locked on Dwight, this newcomer radiates danger without saying a single word. The editing is clever here. Every time this character appears, the music drops lower, creating a sense that they're more than just another rival. They might be the biggest challenge Dwight has faced since arriving in Tulsa. And the way the camera lingers on Dwight's reaction tells us he knows it too. This isn't just another street-level thug or rival crew leader, this is someone who understands power. Someone who plays the game at Dwight's level. We also get flashes of confrontation that tease explosive conflicts. A tense dinner scene, where Dwight sits across from someone we haven't seen before. The table between them heavy with unspoken threats. A shot of fists slamming down, glasses breaking, and Dwight's icy stare burning through the silence. These little moments are powerful because they hint at bigger wars without showing us the full fight. It's the kind of restraint that makes trailers like this effective. You don't need to see the bullets flying to know the blood is coming. Another sequence worth noticing is Dwight visiting what looks like a graveyard at night. It's quick, almost too fast to catch, but it stands out. Who is buried there? Is it someone from his past in New York, or is it someone he's lost in Tulsa? That single shot could mean so many things. It could be grief, it could be guilt, or it could even be a warning, a reminder that everyone in Dwight's world ends up here eventually. Symbolism like this is what makes the trailer so gripping, because it pushes the audience to ask questions that only the season itself can answer. The trailer also doesn't shy away from reminding us about Dwight's personal struggles. There are quick glimpses of family drama, his daughter appearing in one scene. Her face a mixture of anger and disappointment. The tension between Dwight's crime empire and his family life has always been central to the story. And it looks like Season 3 is doubling down on that. The trailer suggests that Dwight can't keep these two worlds apart forever. And when they collide, it won't just be about business, it'll be about blood. Action scenes make their presence too, but they're handled with precision. We don't get long shootouts or explosions, just flashes, Dwight gripping a gun, cars speeding down a dark road, an ambush in what looks like a warehouse. These glimpses are enough to build excitement while still keeping the details hidden. The editing here is sharp. It feels like every cut is designed to make you lean forward, to make you pause and rewind, trying to catch every detail. And then there's the line. Every great trailer has one, the sentence that defines the season before it even begins. In this case, Dwight delivers it with the calmness of a man who's been through hell and isn't afraid to go back. The line is short, powerful, and dripping with menace. It's the kind of moment that sticks with you long after the trailer ends. The kind of line that fans will quote endlessly until the season premieres. By the end of this section of the trailer, the message is crystal clear. Dwight is surrounded by enemies, haunted by his past, and betrayed by people he once trusted. Season 3 isn't just about building an empire anymore, it's about survival. And survival in Tulsa means more than guns and muscle. It means outthinking, outlasting, and outplaying everyone else. The trailer leaves no doubt that Dwight's journey is about to reach its most dangerous chapter yet. When you step back from the fast cuts and intense shots of the Tulsa King Season 3 trailer, a bigger picture starts to emerge. This isn't just another round of mobster politics or shootouts in back alleys. This season is shaping up to explore themes that cut far deeper into Dwight's life. What the trailer does so brilliantly is plant seeds of these ideas without spelling them out, leaving us to connect the dots. And those dots point toward a season built around three central forces: power, betrayal, and legacy. The first and loudest theme in the trailer is power and its cost. Dwight has clawed his way into control of Tulsa, but the trailer makes it painfully clear that power never comes free. The silence in the streets, the shadows in the bars, the worried looks on his crew's faces, they all speak to the weight Dwight is carrying. The stronger he gets, the more enemies he creates. That's the rule of the game. And the trailer hammers it home with every scene. This season feels like it's going to show us the true cost of Dwight's empire. Not in money or bullets, but in trust, blood, and the relationships that once held him together. The second theme is betrayal, and it oozes through nearly every frame. We see hesitation in the eyes of his allies, whispered conversations that clearly don't include Dwight, and glimpses of characters standing just out of reach, their loyalty uncertain. What makes this so effective is that betrayal isn't new to Dwight. He's lived with it his whole life, but now it feels personal. The trailer hints at people close to him questioning his choices, maybe even plotting against him. And betrayal is always more dangerous when it comes from inside the circle. The trailer builds that unease by constantly placing Dwight in the middle of groups but making him look like he's standing alone. Symbolically, the show is telling us that no matter how many people are around him, Dwight's war is his alone. The third and perhaps most haunting theme is legacy. This comes through most clearly in the flashes of Dwight's family, especially his daughter. There's no dialogue in those quick cuts, but the look on her face says it all. It's disappointment, frustration, and maybe even fear. Dwight has spent 2 seasons trying to rebuild his life while building an empire. But the trailer shows us the clash between those two goals. He can't have both. Season 3 looks like it's going to force Dwight to finally answer the question he's been avoiding. What does he want to leave behind? An empire of fear and violence? Or a legacy that his family can actually respect? That conflict between crime and family is going to drive the season in ways we haven't seen before. Another subtle thread running through the trailer is the ghost of the past. That graveyard shot, the brooding stares, the heavy silences, they all suggest that Dwight's past is not finished with him. Whether it's unfinished business from New York, old enemies who want revenge, or simply the weight of the choices he's made, Dwight is going to be forced to face it all head on. The brilliance of the trailer is how it makes the past feel like an invisible character, always present, always looming. It's not about flashbacks, it's about consequences. Even the cinematography in the trailer pushes these themes. Wide shots of Tulsa remind us that Dwight is still an outsider trying to tame a city that resists him. Close-ups on his face show the cracks in his calm exterior. The lighting often shifts from warm to cold within seconds, symbolizing how quickly trust turns to danger in his world. These choices aren't accidental, they're visual hints that this season will be less about brute force and more about psychological battles. The trailer also teases a larger story direction by introducing what looks like a new major rival. This character, sharp and confident, isn't framed as just another gangster. They're framed as someone who understands Dwight, someone who plays the same game but plays it smarter. That sets the stage for a season where Dwight's biggest challenge won't be guns or muscle, it'll be strategy. It'll be about who can outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast the other. That's where the tension lies, and the trailer makes sure we feel it, in the end. The story direction suggested here feels like an escalation of everything we've seen before. Season 1 was about Dwight arriving in Tulsa and staking his claim. Season 2 was about building an empire and surviving early challenges. Season 3, based on this trailer, is about the ultimate test, whether Dwight can hold on to everything he's built when the ground beneath him is crumbling. It's not just about crime anymore. It's about identity, survival, and what kind of man Dwight chooses to be when the world gives him no easy answers. The beauty of the trailer is that it doesn't hand us those answers, it only raises the stakes. It whispers instead of shouting. It teases instead of spoiling. But the message is clear. Season 3 isn't just another chapter. It's the moment where everything Dwight has built could either solidify into true power or collapse into ashes. If Tulsa King, Season 3 is a storm, then the characters are the lightning bolts flashing across the sky, unpredictable, dangerous, and impossible to ignore. The trailer doesn't give us full explanations of where each arc is heading, but it gives us enough crumbs to follow, and when you piece them together, a fascinating picture emerges. The center of it all, of course, is Dwight the General Manfredi. His arc has always been a battle between the man he was in New York and the man he's trying to become in Tulsa. In Season 1, he was reborn, stepping out of prison and into an unfamiliar city. In Season 2, he became the reluctant king, building his empire, brick by brick. Now, Season 3 looks like the test of whether he can hold it all together, or whether his empire collapses under its own weight. The trailer shows Dwight looking heavier, not physically, but emotionally. His charm and wit are still there, but they're clouded by paranoia and loss. His arc this season might not just be about fighting rivals, it might be about fighting himself, deciding what kind of man he wants to be before time runs out. Then there's his crew, the backbone of his Tulsa empire. From the glimpses in the trailer, it's clear their loyalty is splintering. Some still stand by Dwight, but others look restless, tired of being pawns in his war. This tension sets the stage for at least one major betrayal this season. The way the trailer frames their uncertain glances, it's almost like the show wants us to start guessing which one will turn first. Their arc isn't about growth, it's about survival. Who sticks with Dwight when things get bloody? Who sells him out when the price is right? Those are the questions that will shape their fates. Dwight's family is another key thread teased in the trailer, especially his daughter. Every time she appears on screen, the focus shifts from crime to consequence. Her arc seems to be moving toward a breaking point. She's been patient with Dwight's double life, but patience has limits, and the trailer hints that hers might be gone. Her presence this season feels less like background and more like a challenge. Almost as if she's going to force Dwight to choose between being the father she wants or the king Tulsa demands. If betrayal is the theme in his crew, then heartbreak is the theme in his family. And that heartbreak might be the one wound Dwight can't recover from. Then we have the new rival, the shadowy figure the trailer teases but never fully names. This character's arc is fascinating precisely because it's wrapped in mystery. The way they're presented suggests they're not just another gang leader, they're a strategist. Someone who understands power as deeply as Dwight does. Their role feels like it could redefine the game in Tulsa, turning it from brute force battles to chess moves in the dark. Their arc is likely about disruption, entering a city, Dwight thought he controlled and proving that his grip was never as strong as he believed. They are the mirror image of Dwight, calm, calculated, and lethal. And mirrors are dangerous because they force you to see your own weaknesses. We also catch glimpses of supporting characters who might rise into bigger roles. Some look like potential allies, others like wildcards who could swing the balance at any moment. Tulsa has always been a city of unpredictable personalities, and Season 3 seems ready to expand that. These smaller arcs may not dominate the season, but they add fuel to the fire. In a world built on shifting loyalties, even a small betrayal or a single act of courage can reshape the board. What makes these character arcs so compelling is how they all collide. With the larger themes of power, betrayal, and legacy, Dwight's fight for control clashes with his daughter's demand for honesty. His crew's hunger for survival collides with his need for loyalty. The rival's cold calculation collides with Dwight's old-school swagger. Everyone's arc is pulling in different directions, and that's exactly what makes the story so volatile. The trailer leaves us with the sense that no one is safe. Not Dwight, not his crew, not even his family. Every arc feels like it's teetering on the edge of collapse. And that's what will keep viewers hooked, because Tulsa King Season 3 isn't promising a neat resolution. It's promising chaos. And in chaos, characters either evolve or they break. In the end,